What is up, fam? Dean Soto, not in the car. What is going on? This is awesome, right? On family vacation, right? This is something that I had to change in my mind a long time ago, and it's only now starting to manifest into today, and I'm going to explain exactly what I mean in just a second. But before we get into that, like this video. It takes you, 1 second to like it. Subscribe, takes you 2 seconds. Click the notification bell, takes you 3 seconds. Does you a lot of good, does me a lot of good. Everything's looking great. All right, cool. So pretty cool, huh? This is not where our actual vacation house is going to be. I'm going to be doing some content from there tonight or tomorrow. We shall see. And it's going to be very exciting. But let's talk about change your mindset for wealth and business. That and more coming up. Okay, so this is a topic that I absolutely love. You, which I've said in a previous video, you are your best investment. You are the number one asset in life, in business, and so on and so forth. Okay. What is an asset? What is an asset? If you read Robert Kiyosaki, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket, right? So, what better way to invest than to invest in yourself? This is key. This is something to remember. You are your number one asset. In particular, your mind is your number one asset. And why do I keep on stressing that? There was, back when I was working at Boeing, there was this really amazing father and son duo. I forgot their names, but so I was working in Boeing. It was a down day, and you could still kind of every now and then go and check out YouTube and see what's going on. Well, I had a little bit of downtime, and I checked out this video that was on YouTube, and I didn't know what it was at first. I was just kind of, I don't know, just messing around, and then I realized eventually what it was as I started watching it. It was a story of this paralytic kid. He looked like he couldn't communicate. Apparently he had something wrapped, maybe the umbilical cord wrapped around him when he was a baby. And the crazy thing was that he was, according to doctors, a vegetable. He could not communicate. He could not talk. He would eventually end up just dying. So the doctors were like, there's really nothing you can do. It sucks. Sorry. And of course, if it were possible, because I think the baby was already born, they would have been like, you want to terminate the baby if it already had been born. So I don't think that was quite an option. But this kid, up until I want to say he was a teenager, could not communicate at all. He could move his eyes, and that was about it. Well, his father was a marathon runner, and I believe that when he was watching a marathon, watching an Ironman, something like that, he noticed that the son's eyes were moving. This was on a television set. The son's eyes were moving back and forth, and wouldn't do that any other time. So then he put it on, and the son's eyes would be out and start moving back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, he started figuring out that his son was so enamored with this Ironman thing, this marathon running, biking, and so on, that the dad took him on a marathon, had a special thing made for him, and ran a marathon with him. Well, the next go around, the son started moving a little bit, started moving his arms and stuff. Whenever he was thinking of marathons, seeing marathons, Ironman, the dad started figuring out maybe I can take my boy on an Ironman thing, and took him on a first Ironman thing. Now the boy was animated and able to, and was loving it. You can tell that this was something that was growing inside of him. So year after year after year, he would run Ironmans. And if you don't know what that is, he literally, or is it Ironman? No, not, what is that called? Triathlons, sorry, triathlons. He would run a triathlon with his son. So swimming, biking, and running. It's crazy. So he would literally drag his son in a boat, in a raft, going along during the 2-mile swim. Then he would go and he would go and run the marathon. And then he would go from there, or his half marathon, I think it was. Then he would go and put him on a bike and bike the rest of the way. They would do this over and over, and his son became more and more and more and more animated. And this became their thing. All through his mind, the son went from doing nothing to being ultra animated for him. I mean, think of the percentage gains in going from not being able to move, not being able to do anything, to now he's actually able to communicate. He's actually able to communicate with his family. He's not fully normal, but he's able to, through movements and stuff, communicate. How beautiful is that? That's all from up here. The same thing goes with wealth and success in business. Same thing goes with wealth and success. Everything is up here. The more you learn, if you're driving around, you should not be just listening to music, listening to audiobooks, listening to books like Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, listening to audiobooks like Rework, listening to podcasts, things that are constantly going to make you more valuable, give you a better mindset, and help you to grow, right? So here, looks very nice, right? Very nice, very nice. It looks nice, right? Well, this was something that I had to change. I got so stuck in business, and yes, I'm very successful. I love being successful. I love business. I love entrepreneurship. But I forgot how to have fun with my family. I forgot how to have fun with my family. I forgot why I was in business in the first place. I ran this 4-hour work week business, a business that ran with or without me, and I forgot why I did it in the first place: to have fun, to grow in my family, grow in my marriage, and so on and so forth. So my mindset had to change so that this could happen, so that this was a big part of who I am. So in fact, my family and I were going to be at a beachfront property from here on, like literally with the beach right behind us, staying there for about a week, going to Legoland. There's my daughter looking at me with a popsicle. I don't even know. Going to I haven't even told some of these people. Only one who knows is Soren over here. You can share with your sister what we're going to be doing. We're not just doing Legoland. Yeah, you just heard that right, baby, huh? Not just Legoland. Oh, where are you? You go tell your sister what we're going to be doing. Remember we're doing the ultimate VIP experience, the ultimate plus VIP experience, which means behind the scenes look at stuff. It means we're going to be going and be able to spend as much time having fun as possible, getting on the rides without having to wait, food throughout the whole thing. But this was a mindset. Before I would think, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. Come here, baby. Oh my gosh, that's so expensive. That's what I used to think. She's probably going to grab my microphone. That's so expensive. Why would I spend that much money? What kind of investment is that? It's not going to get a return, and so on. It's going to get a massive return, right? It's going to get a return where I get to hang out with this beauty. Hang out with this beauty, hang out with the rest of my family, grow in relationship, grow in fun, and ultimately be even more successful. No touchy, I knew you were going to do that. No touchy. Ultimately be even more successful because of that fun, because of the relationships, so that when I go back home, my family is much more supportive of what I do, and Go ahead, baby. I love you. Much more supportive of what I do so that I can continue to grow the business. So change your mindset. How are you thinking right now? Start reading books, especially in business. You want to grow? Maybe you already have a business and you're just stuck at a spot where you're making 6 figures, you're making even 7 figures. You're stuck in a spot. Maybe you're doing too much. Read books like Clockwork or Work the System, or there's tons of different books out there that'll help you to grow in an organization, scaling up, traction, those types of things. Whatever you do, spend the most on yourself and you will reap the most reward. So, all right, this is Dean Soto. Like, subscribe, and I will see you. Oh, go to prosulum.com, prosulum.com. You can see what I do. You can see my documentary on there. You can see how I'm doing this in the first place. How am I spending my time going on these lavish vacations and things like that. prosulum.com, prosulum.com. Got a documentary on there. And I will see you in the next video, my friends. Bye.